how would you be prepping for tomorrow's meeting with the Chinese foreign minister? What do you think is the most likely outcome? Is there likely to be any?
Look, Rahul, the 1990s arrangements, I think, are over. Jaishankar has said often that we want to go back to status quo ante. I don't see that happening. So we have to arrive at a new normal. The question is, can there be a new normal which will be satisfactory to India? Because the aggression has been on the part of China. It is China which broke the 1990 arrangements. As of now, I see no real evidence of a desire on the part of China to move purposely forward in this direction. Therefore, I would be delighted if something positive emerges tomorrow, but I am a little skeptical and pessimistic as of now, because the India for China, quite frankly, is a sideshow. The Chinese are aiming to be in the same bracket as the United States. They don't consider us any more than an irritant. The last point I'll say is that Jaishankar was absolutely right. You played a clip where he said that we have now vastly augmented our deployments on the LAC. That is entirely true. But that itself is indicative of a new normal. So we've got to wait and see how will this new normal play out.
And Tenjan, can you give us your reading of the situation from the perspective of Beijing as best as you understand? Do you think that the Chinese foreign minister comes to India with the hope of making some kind of a breakthrough? Is there likely to be some movement on the impasse at the border?
I think, as Gita pointed out, the elephant in the room at this juncture is the possibility of a nuclear war being started in Ukraine, and that is going to be one of the main focuses of Qin Gang. He's very concerned. China has been very unusual in proposing that it get involved in the peace process. This is not something they do very often. They are very concerned about it. I think most of the talk will be along those lines, although obviously there will be a lot of attention paid to the meeting of the two leaders and what that will entail.
Can you just build on what you said, because you did mention the prospect of the frightening prospect of nuclear war, but you mostly sidestepped the question on what you think might emerge out of the meeting between the Indian Foreign Affairs Minister and Qin Gang?
As I said, I think what China would like to see is have India participate as an equal partner in a multilateral world of powers that sit down with the United States, Europe, Ukraine, and Russia and say that, look, enough is enough. It's not just this conflict is not just hurting the players directly involved, but the entire world. I mean, there's so many developing countries, and I think this is in line with what India was trying to do, to point this meeting at the economic needs of the rest of the world. So I don't know that there's going to be any breakthroughs or any announcements about the line of actual control or the border issues. I think it's going to be more about what India has said this meeting is about, which is focusing on the economic consequences that are coming out of a war that it did not start, does not want to be a part of, just like most of the world.